Before choosing the institution that I wanted to work in synergy with, I had to pick the best institution that was related to horror. I looked at Blumhouse Productions, which was today the most successful, as they spent about $5 million on average on their productions and walk away with hundreds of millions in profit. This is best seen by Paranormal Activity, which had a budget of around $11,000, and in the box office it made a total of $193 million. However, Blumhouse Productions didn't distribute, so therefore we had to work with another institution. We chose Momentum Pictures as they had worked with Blumhouse Productions in the past before to create outstanding productions such as Insidious. After more research, we found another contender, Hammer Productions. They were known for their more classical films such as Dracula and Frankenstein. However, in the past few years they haven't been up to date and haven't been creating as good content as Blumhouse Productions, so therefore Blumhouse was more favourable. Although our genre had to be horror, our subgenre was psychological. This narrowed down our institutions to two, Hammer and Blumhouse. This is because other institutions, such as Twisted Pictures and Lionsgate, focus on other subgenres such as splatter and slasher. Blumhouse Productions are the most successful psychological and supernatural institution, meaning they're the most experienced. Although Hammer have got some as successful productions such as The Mummy, Blumhouse still comes out on top as some of their titles have become series such as Insidious, gaining more popularity and more profit overall. Our budget is quite low as we are a fresh company and have not made any previous productions. This is not a problem though, as in psychological horror, suspense and tension can be created through sound and editing, camera angles and acting. This means that no extra money needs to be spent on effects. Although, if effects are needed, such as blood, which is in our psychological horror, this can be bought or made for less than a couple of pounds. Typically, costumes in psychological horror are quite casual, as the characters tend to be normal people. Therefore, that means the costumes can be bought for very little, as they will be normal clothing. Also, lesser actors tend to be used in psychological horrors, as they won't be as related to their previous roles. This means that they'll have smaller salaries, overall meaning that Blumhouse Productions can work in synergy with us, as they can stick to their regime of spending very little on production. My film will be certified at a 15, as this means we can use blood and gore and some violence. This is essential for a psychological horror. However, it will not be certified at a 12, as some aspects might be a little bit too gory or violent for the younger viewers. My film will not be rated 18, as it does not have enough violence that may mentally affect any of the viewers, or cause them to harm anyone else. It also doesn't have any sexual acts. Finally, if it was to be 18, it would cut out most of the audience we wanted to attract. This is why we also chose 15, as it still fills all the codes and conventions of horror. So finally, we have chosen Blumhouse Productions to work with in synergy. This is because they have made real media products and horrors that have made big profit and were very high quality, such as Paranormal Activity. This is what we hope to achieve with our product. I've also chosen Momentum Pictures to work in synergy with to distribute my film, firstly to cinemas, and then onto disc versions such as Blu-ray and DVD, and eventually onto instant streaming systems such as Netflix and Now.3, which is what I want them to do to help me get my product around the world as quick as possible.